Here's a truth that very few men hear in their doctor's office. The way you start your morning, those first 60 to 90 minutes after waking, has a bigger impact on your hormones, energy, and prostate health than almost anything you do the rest of the day. Most men think testosterone is all about genetics, aging, or maybe an occasional supplement. They believe it's something that declines no matter what they do. And while it's true that testosterone naturally decreases with age, often by about 1% per year after the mid-30s, what many don't realize is that lifestyle and daily habits can accelerate or slow this decline. The problem is, by the time most men reach 60, their mornings are on autopilot. Wake up late, grab coffee, check the phone, eat a rushed breakfast, maybe skip it altogether. The body, however, is quietly keeping score. Hormones are being signaled, inflammation is either triggered or reduced, and your prostate, that walnut-sized gland that so many men over 60 struggle with, is reacting to what you put in, how you move, and how you breathe. So, before we dive into the exact 5 morning habits that can transform your testosterone and protect your prostate, let's first understand why mornings matter so much. When you sleep, your body is repairing and rebuilding. Testosterone is primarily produced during the deep phases of sleep. That's why poor sleep is one of the strongest predictors of low testosterone in older men. But here's the kicker. The actions you take in the morning either preserve and amplify that overnight production, or they sabotage it before the day even begins. Think of testosterone like a fire. Sleep sets the logs in place. Morning habits are either the match that lights it up, or the water that puts it out. Testosterone peaks naturally in the early morning hours, often between 6 and 8 a.m. Cortisol, your stress hormone, also peaks in the morning. In the right balance, this helps you wake up feeling alert. But when cortisol stays too high due to poor habits, it suppresses testosterone. Insulin sensitivity is highest in the morning, meaning your body can use carbs and fats more efficiently. The wrong foods, however, spike blood sugar, leading to a crash that lowers energy and worsens prostate inflammation. So the morning is not just routine time. It's hormone time. It's when your body is most primed to decide whether you'll have energy and focus all day, or drag yourself through with fatigue, frequent urination, and low motivation. Let's paint a picture. A 62-year-old man wakes up, skips water, drinks 2 cups of coffee, grabs a donut or toast, and immediately checks his phone for emails and news. He sits at the table for half an hour, then drives to work or sits at home. By 10 a.m., he's tired, irritable, and already looking for another caffeine hit. Sound familiar? Now, here's what's happening under the surface. Dehydration is thickening the blood, slowing circulation, and making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach the prostate. High-sugar breakfast spikes insulin, which converts more testosterone into estrogen through an enzyme called aromatase, something especially problematic for men over 60. Excess caffeine without food or water raises cortisol, which suppresses testosterone and leaves him jittery. Lack of morning movement means circulation to the pelvic area is poor, which worsens urinary symptoms and reduces energy. By lunchtime, his testosterone curve is already flatlining, his prostate feels more inflamed, and he wonders why his age is catching up with him. Now, contrast this with a man who wakes up and follows a set of intentional, hormone-friendly morning habits. Within weeks, he notices deeper energy, less nighttime urination, and even improved mood and libido. That's the power of. Before we break them down in detail across this series, let's list them so you have a roadmap. 1. Rehydrate and mineralize. Start the day by replenishing fluids and essential electrolytes lost during sleep. 2. Morning movement and sunlight. Light activity plus natural light exposure to reset your circadian rhythm and support testosterone. 3. Hormone-friendly nutrition. A targeted breakfast that fuels without spiking blood sugar or inflammation. 4. Mindful stress reset. Short breathing or mindfulness practices to lower cortisol and boost testosterone. 5. strategic supplementation, evidence-backed micronutrients that support prostate health and hormonal balance. Each one of these is powerful on its own. Together, they create a morning ritual that works with your aging biology instead of against it. Mornings, habit number 1, rehydrate and mineralize. Most men wake up mildly dehydrated. During sleep, your body loses water through breathing, sweating, and urine production. By morning, your cells are craving fluid. Yet, instead of replenishing, most men reach for coffee first. Here's the problem: coffee is mildly diuretic. On its own, it's not harmful, but if it's the first thing you put into your body after an 8-hour fast, it pulls water and minerals even further out of your system. Why does this matter for testosterone and prostate health? Dehydration thickens blood, making it harder for nutrients and oxygen to reach reproductive organs. Poor circulation is directly linked to erectile dysfunction and lower testosterone delivery. Low hydration irritates the bladder and prostate. This makes urinary symptoms like frequency and urgency worse. Electrolyte depletion affects hormone signaling. Minerals like magnesium, zinc, and potassium are essential for testosterone production, but also for the muscular relaxation that keeps the bladder functioning properly. So the first step to reclaiming energy and hormonal balance after 60 is water before anything else, instead of plain water, which is good but sometimes not enough. Here's what I recommend to many of my patients. 12 to 16 ounces of filtered water right after waking. Add a pinch of mineral-rich salt, like Himalayan pink salt or Celtic sea salt. This provides trace minerals and helps your body actually absorb the water. Squeeze of fresh lemon for vitamin C and gentle liver support. Optional: 1/4 teaspoon of magnesium citrate or glycinate powder, if approved by your doctor, which supports testosterone production, prostate muscle relaxation, and better sleep later that night. This isn't just water. It's a mineral recharge. It wakes up your cells, rebalances electrolytes, and signals your hormones that the day ahead is safe and supported, what the research says. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that mild dehydration significantly increases cortisol levels. Remember, cortisol and testosterone are like a seesaw. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. Magnesium, one of the minerals easily depleted overnight, has been shown to increase free and total testosterone levels in both younger and older men, particularly when combined with regular activity. Hydration also influences the concentration of PSA, prostate-specific antigen, markers in blood tests, meaning staying hydrated reduces false positives for prostate issues. James came to my office complaining of low energy, frequent nighttime urination, and just not feeling like himself. He was already on medication for BPH and thought his low testosterone was just part of aging. When I asked him about his mornings, he admitted, "I wake up, grab a coffee, maybe a piece of toast, and sit down to read the paper." Water? Not really. I suggested one small shift: start each morning with 16 ounces of mineralized water before coffee. Within 2 weeks, James reported something surprising. He was sleeping deeper and waking up less often at night. His morning energy felt steadier. He even noticed less urgency during the day. Now, was hydration alone a miracle cure? Of course not. But it was the first domino that set off a chain reaction. By rehydrating, he lowered cortisol, improved circulation, and reduced stress on his prostate. That created the foundation for the other morning habits we'll discuss. Practical tips to make it stick. Place your glass on the nightstand. If water is the first thing you see, you'll actually drink it. Pair it with a morning stretch. Hydration plus gentle movement creates momentum. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need fancy supplements. Water plus trace minerals plus lemon is enough. Doctor. Now, Mr. Ahmed, after hydration, the next most powerful thing you can do in the morning is movement. I didn't say hardcore gym. I didn't say running a marathon. I said movement. Because at your age, after 60, the body responds very differently to exercise than it did when you were 25. The right kind of morning movement can literally flip the switch on your testosterone, circulation, and prostate health. Patient, smiling. Doctor, I walk sometimes, but I get tired easily. And sometimes I wonder, does it even make a difference? Doctor. That's the most common concern I hear. But let me explain the science and the secret. Why movement in the morning is different. When you move your body within the first hour of waking. 1. Testosterone signal. Testosterone naturally peaks in the morning. If you combine this natural peak with physical movement, you send a message to your brain and testes, produce, release, and maintain testosterone. Without movement, your brain sometimes thinks, this man doesn't need as much energy today, and slowly reduces production over time. 2. Blood flow and oxygenation. Gentle stretching, walking, or light bodyweight exercises increase blood flow to muscles and organs. More oxygen means better nutrient delivery to the prostate, heart, and brain. Think of it as turning on the engine of your body. 3. Muscle preservation. After 60, muscle loss, called sarcopenia, happens faster. Movement, even small, slows this process and signals your body to preserve muscle mass, which is directly linked to higher testosterone. What kind of movement works best? Now, Mr. Ahmed, I'm not asking you to do push-ups like a 20-year-old soldier. I'm asking you to respect your age, but still challenge your body. Here are 3 morning movement rituals that are safe, powerful, and hormone-friendly. 1. Gentle stretch plus deep breathing, 5 minutes. Simple neck rolls, shoulder circles, and touching your toes while breathing deeply. Oxygen rush plus nervous system balance equals stress hormone cortisol decreases. Lower cortisol equals higher testosterone. 2. Brisk morning walk, 10 to 15 minutes. Not a marathon. Just brisk walking around your garden, house, or street. Studies show a 15-minute morning walk increases testosterone by nearly 20% in older men compared to those who stay sedentary. Plus, sunlight during the walk equals vitamin D boost. 3. Bodyweight movements, 5 to 7 minutes. Squats holding a chair, wall push-ups, calf raises, or seated leg lifts. Why? Because large muscle groups, legs, chest, back, are strongly tied to hormone release. Even 2 sets of 10 squats in the morning sends a testosterone spike signal. A story of transformation. Doctor. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Mr. Kareem. He was 67, diabetic, low testosterone, always fatigued. He thought his only hope was medication. But I asked him to commit to just 15 minutes of morning movement daily. Nothing fancy. Just stretching, walking, and squats holding a chair. At first, he struggled. His legs shook. His back hurt. But slowly, week after week, his energy improved. 6 months later, his wife told me, Doctor, I feel like I got my husband back. He laughs again. He even sings while shaving in the morning. And when we checked his blood work, testosterone levels had risen by 18%, and his prostate inflammation had gone down. Patient, smiling, surprised. Doctor, are you saying such small exercises can change hormones? Doctor. Yes. Because the body doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for consistency. How exercise protects the prostate. Prostate health is deeply connected to blood flow and inflammation. When you sit for hours, blood stagnates, pressure builds in the pelvic region, and the prostate becomes congested. Gentle movement in the morning flushes blood through the pelvic floor. Think of it like washing away toxins and improving oxygen supply to the prostate gland. The connection between movement and masculinity. Testosterone isn't just a hormone. It's a symbol of vitality, courage, and masculinity. When you move in the morning, you're telling your brain, I'm still strong, I still need energy, I still want to live fully. That message keeps the biological machinery running. Doctor, firm voice. Mr. Ahmed, when you sit too much, your body slowly forgets you are a man. When you move every morning, you remind your body who you are. Step-by-step morning movement routine. Here's a 20-minute plan you can start tomorrow. 1 minute 1 to 3, drink warm water, from habit number 1. 2 minute 4 to 8, stretch arms, shoulders, back, and legs while breathing deeply. 3 minute 9 to 20, brisk walk plus 10 squats, holding chair if needed, plus 10 wall push-ups. That's it. Total time? 20 minutes. But the hormonal impact is worth hours of medication. Frequently asked concerns. Patient. But doctor, what if I have knee pain? Or I get tired quickly? Doctor. Good question. For knee pain, do chair-assisted squats or seated leg lifts. For fatigue, start with just 5 minutes and slowly build up. Remember, it's not about pushing hard, it's about moving consistently. Even 5 minutes beats 0 minutes. Morning habit number 2 recap. Movement wakes up testosterone. Improves prostate health by reducing congestion. Preserves muscle, reduces fat, lowers stress hormones. Builds energy for the whole day. And most importantly, it reminds your body that you're alive, active, and still masculine. Doctor, concluding habit number 2. So Mr. Ahmed, tomorrow morning, after you drink your warm water, I want you to stand tall, breathe deeply, and move. Because every step you take is not just movement, it's medicine. Habit number 3, the sunlight ritual, harnessing nature's hormone booster. Doctor. Mr. Ahmed, we've spoken about hydration and morning movement. But now, let me share one of the most ignored medicines in the world. It's free, it's everywhere, and yet most men over 60 don't use it correctly. That medicine is sunlight. Patient, curious. Sunlight? But doctor, I thought sunlight is dangerous. People say it causes skin damage and cancer. Doctor, smiling. Yes, that's a half-truth. Like most things in life, the difference is in the dose. Too much sunlight can indeed harm the skin. But the right amount of morning sunlight is not only safe, it is one of the most powerful natural boosters for testosterone, mood, and prostate health. The science behind morning sunlight. 1. Vitamin D production. Your skin, when exposed to sunlight, produces vitamin D. Vitamin D is not just a vitamin, it behaves like a hormone. Studies show men with higher vitamin D levels also have 20 to 25% higher testosterone. Deficiency, on the other hand, is linked to low energy, weak bones, prostate issues, and depression. 2. Circadian rhythm reset. Morning sunlight tells your brain, it's daytime, wake up. This sets your body's clock, balancing cortisol, melatonin, and testosterone. Men who get morning sunlight sleep better at night, and better sleep means higher testosterone. 3. Mood and stress hormones. Sunlight boosts serotonin, the happiness hormone. When serotonin rises, stress hormone cortisol falls. Remember, high cortisol equals low testosterone. Low cortisol equals testosterone flourishes. Why morning sunlight is special. Midday sunlight is harsh, with strong UV rays. Morning sunlight, within 1 to 2 hours after sunrise, has a gentle, healing quality. It's strong enough to trigger vitamin D but weak enough to avoid skin damage. Think of it as a natural multivitamin that doesn't come in a pill. Doctor. Mr. Ahmed, many men spend their mornings indoors, reading the newspaper, checking their phone, or sitting in the kitchen. They miss the one time nature has prepared a free hormonal gift. Practical ways to use morning sunlight. 1. 5 to 10 minutes exposure. Step outside, balcony or garden, and let sunlight touch your face and arms. No need to stare at the sun, just allow it to touch your skin. 2. Combine with habit number 2. Go for your morning walk in the sunlight. Movement plus sunlight equals double testosterone boost. 3. Window sunlight doesn't count. Glass blocks the UV rays needed for vitamin D. You need direct exposure. Even 5 minutes outdoors is better than an hour by the window. 4. For sensitive skin. If you have sensitive skin, use shorter bursts, 3 minutes in sunlight, then shade, then another 3 minutes. Gradual exposure builds tolerance. The sunlight testosterone connection. Patient. Doctor, are you really saying sunlight can change my testosterone? That sounds too simple. Doctor. Simple, yes. But not weak. There was a study done in Europe. Researchers compared men who worked outdoors versus indoors. The outdoor workers, even though they did heavy physical labor, had significantly higher testosterone and fewer prostate issues. Why? Because of consistent sunlight exposure. A real-life example. Doctor. One of my patients, Mr. Salman, was a retired bank officer. He spent most of his time indoors, reading, watching TV, napping. He always complained of fatigue, low mood, and even mild depression. His blood reports showed severe vitamin D deficiency. I asked him to start a simple ritual. Every morning, after his water and movement, spend 15 minutes walking in his garden barefoot in the sunlight. Within 2 months, he reported better mood, improved energy, and even his joint pains had reduced. His wife said, "Doctor, he has started smiling again." And yes, his testosterone levels improved too. Patient, softly. So just walking in the sun can heal so much? Doctor. Yes, because sunlight is not just light. It is energy for your body. Sunlight and prostate health. Men with low vitamin D are more likely to have prostate enlargement and inflammation. Adequate sunlight improves immunity, reduces inflammation, and protects prostate tissue. Think of sunlight as a natural shield that keeps the prostate calm and functioning. How to build the habit. Doctor. Mr. Ahmed, tomorrow morning after your water and movement, I want you to step outside and do this. Stand straight. Close your eyes. Take 5 deep breaths while sunlight falls on your face. Walk for at least 5 minutes. Do this daily for 30 days, and I promise you will feel younger. Common excuses and solutions. Patient. But doctor, what if the weather is cloudy? Or it's winter? Doctor. Great question. Even cloudy skies allow UV rays to pass through. You may not feel the warmth, but your body is still producing vitamin D. In winter, extend the exposure time to 20 to 25 minutes. And if sunlight is truly scarce, consider a vitamin D supplement, but never forget, natural sunlight is the best source. Habit number 3 recap. Sunlight in the morning boosts vitamin D, testosterone, mood, and sleep quality. Just 5 to 15 minutes a day can transform energy and prostate health. Combine with morning walk for maximum benefit. It's nature's free, side effect-free medicine for men over 60. Mr. Ahmed, never underestimate the power of nature. In a world full of pills and treatments, sometimes the most powerful medicine is the light that rises every morning. Mr. Ahmed, by now you've hydrated your body, moved your muscles, and absorbed the morning sunlight. Your hormones are awake. Now comes the step that either strengthens your testosterone or destroys it. That step is breakfast. But doctor, I thought skipping breakfast was good. My son does intermittent fasting. Should I also avoid breakfast? That's a common confusion. Intermittent fasting can work for some younger men, but for men over 60, skipping breakfast often backfires. Why? Because your body is already under hormonal stress. You need steady fuel in the morning, not sugar, not fried foods, but the right nutrients that support testosterone and keep the prostate calm. What makes a testosterone-friendly breakfast? 1. Protein first. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or lentils. Protein provides the amino acids needed to build hormones. A protein-rich breakfast stabilizes blood sugar, preventing energy crashes. 2. Healthy fats. Testosterone is made from cholesterol and healthy fats. Foods like nuts, seeds, olive oil, and avocados provide the raw materials your body uses to make testosterone. 3. Zinc and magnesium-rich foods. Pumpkin seeds, walnuts, spinach, and beans. Both zinc and magnesium are proven to support testosterone and prostate health. 4. Avoid sugar and refined carbs. White bread, pastries, and sugary tea spike insulin. High insulin equals low testosterone plus more prostate inflammation. Doctor's example plate. My perfect breakfast for men over 60 looks like this. 2 boiled eggs or an omelet cooked in olive oil. A handful of walnuts or pumpkin seeds. A bowl of spinach or sautéed vegetables. A cup of green tea instead of sweetened tea. Simple, nourishing, and powerful. One of my patients, Mr. Latif, was in the habit of eating paratha with sweet tea every morning. He felt heavy, tired, and often had bloating. When I suggested switching to eggs, nuts, and vegetables, he resisted at first. But within 3 weeks, his energy improved, his belly fat began shrinking, and his mood lifted. His wife said, "Doctor, he no longer dozes off after breakfast. He actually helps me in the garden now." The breakfast change became his secret weapon. Prostate benefits of a clean breakfast. Reduces inflammation in prostate tissue. Provides antioxidants from vegetables and nuts. Maintains healthy weight. Obesity is directly linked to prostate problems. Remember, Mr. Ahmed, your breakfast should not be a burden on your body. It should be a blessing for your hormones. Habit number 5, the mental reset, stress control in the morning. Finally, the most ignored but perhaps the most critical habit, mental reset. You see, Mr. Ahmed, testosterone is not only about what you eat or how you move. It is deeply affected by your mind. High stress kills testosterone faster than any bad food. Yes, doctor, I often feel worried. About health, money, even family problems. Sometimes I wake up already tired from my thoughts. And that is exactly why this last habit is vital. A 5-minute mental reset in the morning can protect your testosterone all day. Why stress destroys testosterone? Stress raises cortisol, the enemy of testosterone. Cortisol steals resources from your body that would otherwise go to hormone production. Chronic stress also worsens prostate inflammation and leads to poor sleep. Morning mental reset rituals. 1. Deep breathing, 3 minutes. Sit quietly, inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2, exhale slowly for 6 seconds. This signals your nervous system to relax. 2. Gratitude reflection, 2 minutes. Simply think of 3 things you are grateful for: your family, your health, even the sunshine. Gratitude lowers stress hormones instantly. 3. Affirmations. Speak to yourself, I am strong. I am healthy. My body is healing. This may sound simple, but studies show affirmations reshape brain chemistry and improve resilience. A real example. Mr. Salim, 72 years old, had severe stress after retirement. His testosterone was low, his energy worse. He began every morning with worry. When I taught him this 5-minute breathing plus gratitude practice, he laughed at first. But within 2 months, he reported, "Doctor, I feel calmer. I don't shout at my grandchildren anymore. I even sleep better at night." His hormone test improved. Why? Because a calm mind allows testosterone to rise. Prostate benefits of stress reduction. Less stress equals less inflammation. Relaxed pelvic muscles improve blood flow to the prostate. Lower cortisol protects hormonal balance. Mr. Ahmed, when your mind is calm, your body listens. When your mind is chaotic, your body suffers. Every morning, give your mind 5 minutes of peace. It may add years to your life. The final recap: 5 morning habits for men over 60. Let's summarize, Mr. Ahmed. 1. Hydration ritual: warm water to flush toxins, balance hormones. 2. Morning movement: light exercise to wake testosterone and circulation. 3. Sunlight ritual: natural vitamin D for energy, mood, prostate protection. 4. Power breakfast: protein, healthy fats, and micronutrients to fuel hormones. 5. Mental reset: stress control to protect testosterone and bring peace. Together, these habits are not just routines. They are your daily medicine. They don't cost much. They don't require a doctor's prescription. But they can transform your life. Closing motivation. Mr. Ahmed, aging is not about becoming weak. Aging is about becoming wise. If you treat your mornings with discipline, your evenings will be full of strength, laughter, and peace. Remember, your body is still listening to you. If you give it the right signals, it will give you back energy, masculinity, and dignity. So tomorrow morning, when the sun rises, rise with it. Drink your water, move your body, feel the sunlight, eat like a king, and calm your mind. Do this daily, and you will not only extend your years, you will expand the quality of every single day.